Imagine being told you're not good enough. You've poured your heart and soul into something, only to hear those crushing words. That's exactly what happened to a young Michael Jordan when his high school coach cut him from the varsity basketball team. Can you even picture that? A world without Michael Jordan, the basketball icon. That single moment of rejection could have been the end of the story for anyone else. It could have broken his spirit, extinguished his passion, and sent him down a completely different path. But for Michael Jordan, that cut wasn't an ending. It was the spark. It ignited a fire within him, a relentless, all-consuming blaze that would not only forge his own destiny, but would go on to change the very fabric of basketball forever. That rejection didn't define his limit. It defined his mission. He didn't sulk. He didn't complain for long or blame the coach. He went to work. While his friends were out, while the rest of the world slept, Michael Jordan was in a dimly lit gym, alone with the echoing sound of a bouncing ball. He wasn't just practicing. He was forging a weapon out of his perceived weakness. Every single missed shot wasn't a failure in his eyes. It was a rep. Every bead of sweat was a deposit into the bank of greatness. He used the sting of that rejection as pure, unadulterated fuel. He famously said, "I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something. But I can't accept not trying." This wasn't just a motto. It was the creed he lived by. The mantra that echoed with every dribble in that empty gym, turning a disappointed teenager into a determined machine obsessed with proving everyone, especially himself, wrong. That relentless work ethic paid off. Fast forward to the 1984 NBA draft. The Chicago Bulls, a team struggling for an identity, decided to take a chance on the kid from North Carolina with the 3rd overall pick. What they didn't realize at the time was that they weren't just drafting a talented basketball player. They were drafting a revolution. Michael Jordan didn't arrive in Chicago just to play the game. He arrived to conquer it. From his very first season, it was clear he was different. The explosive dunks, the gravity-defying layups, the competitive fire in his eyes. It was unlike anything the league had ever seen. The world quickly learned his name. Michael Jordan. A rookie, yes, but one who played with the ferocious heart of a lion and the unshakable confidence of a king. The era of Air Jordan had begun, but the path to greatness is never a straight line. It's filled with twists and turns, triumphs, and unimaginable pain. Behind all the sold-out arenas, the MVP trophies, and the global fame, Jordan was still a human being. In 1993, at the absolute peak of his powers, tragedy struck. His father, James Jordan, his best friend and biggest supporter, was tragically murdered. The loss was devastating. It shattered him. The joy was gone from the game. Feeling lost and broken, he did the unthinkable. He walked away from basketball. He left the sport he had so thoroughly dominated. For many, this seemed like the final chapter. But legends aren't defined by how they fall. They're defined by how they rise. They take time to heal, to process, to find their footing again. And when they do, they often return stronger, with a renewed purpose and a deeper understanding of what truly matters. After a brief, soul-searching stint in minor league baseball, 2 words sent shockwaves across the entire globe. "I'm back." Just like that, Michael Jordan was returning to the Chicago Bulls. The world rejoiced, but a question hung in the air. Could he still be the same player? He was older. He'd been away from the game for almost 2 years. The doubters were loud, questioning if the magic was gone. His initial return in 1995 was a little rusty, ending in a playoff defeat. The whispers grew louder. Had the game passed him by? But Michael Jordan always thrived on doubt. It was the same fuel he'd used back in high school. The following season, the 1995-96 season, he didn't just silence the critics, he obliterated their arguments. He led the Bulls to a then-record 72 wins and ultimately to another NBA championship. The king had returned to his throne. That championship was just the beginning of his second act. He would go on to lead the Bulls to 2 more consecutive titles, completing a second three-peat. By the time he retired for the final time, his legacy was cemented in stone. 6 NBA championships, 6 finals MVP awards, countless records that still stand today. But Jordan's legacy isn't just about the numbers on a stat sheet or the trophies in a case. It's about a mindset. It's about a relentless pursuit of excellence that continues to inspire millions of athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, and dreamers around the world. He taught us that failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a part of it. He took the pain of rejection and transformed it into motivation. He channeled the agony of personal loss into a source of profound strength. He turned his name, Michael Jordan, into a global symbol of what's possible when talent meets unbreakable will. So, if you're out there right now, facing your own challenges, feeling like the odds are stacked against you, maybe you just got cut from your own team, whatever that may be. If you ever feel that whisper of doubt, that urge to just give up, I want you to remember this story. Michael Jordan himself said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times, I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed." He failed over and over and over again, and that is why he succeeded. True success isn't about avoiding failure or never falling down. It's about getting back up. It's about having the courage to rise every single time, a little stronger, a little wiser, and more determined than before. You just heard the story of a man who simply refused to accept defeat. He turned every setback into a setup for a comeback. If that kind of resilience, that kind of fire to chase your own dreams resonates with you, then don't just scroll on to the next video. Stop what you're doing and hit that subscribe button right now. Become a part of the Dream Chasers Hub family. This is the place where we believe that our struggles become our best stories, and those stories can become our legacies. Thank you for watching, and let's keep chasing those dreams together.